Hello, Jessalyn. Hi, everybody. Yes, we are live. Welcome to the Solo Cruise Deal Show. Jessalyn,
Hey Pete, how's it
thank
going?
you.
Yeah.
Just to explain what's coming up, allow one or two people to join us. And if I do disappear from the internet, by the way, my internet's a bit unstable. We have the wonderful Chile Cruises in the background who will come on and save the day. Today is really, I do apologise to our UK members because today our UK TAs, for various reasons, couldn't make it. Unfortunately, Jonathan, the wonderful Jonathan, who does the really good travel company, is not that well today. Unfortunately, Live for Holidays, Robert from Live for Holidays will be back in 2 weeks' time. He was at a wedding today and couldn't pre-record. And Steve from Passion for Cruises will be back in 2 weeks' time as well. But we do have yourself. We also have the wonderful Arnold, who's our global luxury travel expert, and the wonderful Shelby as well. Yeah. Now, just to explain, Jessalyn, please tell us about what you do. And also, by the way, we're going to be talking about our group cruises afterwards. So if you're from the UK and from the States, please bear with us. Allison's going to come on as well with Chile, and we're going to talk about the group cruises we've got organised this year and next year, and they are with UK travel agents at the moment. Jessalyn, welcome.
Thanks, Pete. So I'm Jessalyn. I work with Love to Travel in the United States. I am also a college professor by day. And so you can see my office behind me. I've been in here getting some work done this weekend. But my real love is cruising. I've gone on a lot of cruises myself and a lot of cruises as a solo cruiser. And so that's how I got got started up as a travel agent about 6 or 7 years ago. And that's how I met Pete on the Facebook group and started coming on here to share some of the deals I found. And actually the deals that I share on this show are often either cruises that I'm booked on myself because I found a good deal, or also cruises I found while I was looking for a cruise for myself. So like to share those with other people when I can.
Fantastic. And let's go straight to the deal, shall we?
Yeah. So I picked a theme this week. I picked New Year's Eve. I was on a cruise for New Year's Eve last year and also right before COVID. It's one of my favorite things to do, to celebrate New Year's Eve on a cruise ship. There's lots of parties and balloon drops and champagne, and it makes something that's great even greater. So I've got two. One is a little close in, so that is this year. At the end of 2022, but I picked this one because it is actually an itinerary that just got added. And so for a solo, it's actually a fairly reasonable price. I mean, it's definitely a little expensive, more expensive than the ones I usually pick. It's a little over $2,000 for an ocean view cabin as a solo. But if you're able to take some time off work afterwards, you can keep that same ocean view cabin for only another $1,000. So that makes it actually a 14-night B2B for about $3,000, which as a solo isn't too bad. That leaves out of New Orleans, Louisiana, which would be a fun place. I've never cruised out of there myself, so I'm actually going to be on this one.
You're going to be on it. New Year's Eve, you're going to have New Year's Eve on the ship.
On the cruise ship. Yep. So,
wow.
And then it goes down to the Western Caribbean. So it goes to Mexico, Cozumel and Costa Maya, and also to Grand Cayman. And it's got 3 nights at sea. On the Radiance of the Seas, the picture shows Alaska because that's where the Radiance does most of its cruising. But I promise it won't look like that, even if it will be December.
Fantastic. So that's the first opportunity for a New Year's Eve celebration cruise. And the second one.
Yeah. And then the second one is a year later. So if you're, if you're pinching the pennies and you want to save up and maybe get something that's a little cheaper because you've waited and booked ahead on that one, this one is the Voyager of the Seas, which is actually a cruise ship that has sailed primarily in Australia and Asia, and they're just bringing it over to the U.S. for the U.S. audience at the end of this year. So this is December of 2023, so a whole year and a half from now. Plenty of time to save up. Pretty good solo price there, $13.96 for an interior cabin. And this one has 3 stops. Goes to Nassau in the Bahamas, goes to the Dominican Republic, and also to Royal Caribbean's private island in Labadee. And one of the things I like about both of these cruises is the day after New Year's Eve, January the 1st, is a day at sea. So you sleep in and you sleep off the night before, and you're not worried about getting off the ship and going into port.
So there you go, 6 nights. And again, you can do a back-to-back if you want, I guess.
You could. You could do. And actually, there's the one before it is a Christmas cruise. It's also very reasonably priced if anyone's interested in adding the one before it.
And to contact you, most importantly.
Yeah. So my email is probably the best way to get in touch with me. Just drop me a line there at cruises@lovetotravel.com. And that number there is actually my cell phone number. I actually did have somebody call in after watching the show, the last show, and they were so surprised when I answered the phone. They expected it to be the agency's number, but my agency is actually located in a different state than I am. So I just want to let everybody know, if you call that number, you will talk to me. And if I don't answer, just leave me a message and I will get back to you as soon as I can.
Now that is fantastic. And also, just breaking news as well, we only found out a few minutes ago. Afterwards, we are going to be talking about our group cruises. So please stay with us. We've got some wonderful group cruises coming up here. You told us, Jessalyn, you are going to be joining us on the May cruise from Athens to Venice next year. Yes. On the Brilliance of the Seas.
On the Brilliance of the Seas. And I'm really looking forward to it. I was just on the Brilliance of the Seas actually last weekend. And while I was on there, I said, I love this ship and I want to go on a cruise with a bunch of fun people. So it was perfect timing.
Yep. I'm going to be there. Alison's going to be there. Chili's going to be there. There's 40 of us going to be. That's going to be fantastic. So we're going to be talking about that later on. Jessalyn, thank you so much. Will you come back in 2 weeks' time?
I'll be here. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely pleasure. Thank you, Jessalyn.
All right.
Bye. There you go. Fantastic. 2 great deals. And the deal for next year, I thought was really good. You know, that's a real possibility of a back-to-back. Right. I'm going to go straight on. This is a couple of pre-records. This is Arnold, who is our global luxury travel expert. Arnold, welcome to the Solo Cruise Deal Show.
Good morning.
You're in Palm Beach.
Yes, sunny Palm Beach.
What the sun shines. The sun shines. This is Arnold. I love that photograph, Arnold. I really do. And today, you're going to be talking about Ponant.
Ponant, yes,
Solo
Ponant.
Cruise offers on Ponant, yeah?
Very French, Ponant.
Can you tell us a bit more about Ponant?
Okay, please? Yes, Ponant is, they have been bought out by a very wealthy billionaire family of France in 2015, around 2015. At that time, they only had 5 ships. At this moment, they have 12. Mostly small luxury expedition, like they call themselves the world leader of luxury small expeditions. And they have now 12 ships. Most of them are ice class, so they go in expeditions. And the company who owns them now, they don't own only Ponant, they own Christie, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chateau Latour, a very exclusive luxury product brand company.
Wow. And today, we're talking about no single supplement on over 100 cruises, 2022, 2023, for solo travelers with Ponant.
Yes. I mean, they have many more cruises than 100 cruises, and not all cruises are, as most of the companies, they offer the single cruises rates for cruises where they need some bookings. And like we have one example, which you will show later, in the Med from Rome to Lisbon, a very lovely cruise. But their cruises go up to the Arctic, to the Antarctic, where the penguins are. Very, very bucket list cruises. I mean,
yeah, and they do. And it says today, the price is no longer an obstacle standing in the way of a solo cruiser. We want to hear that. Now, if you book in advance, you'll find several offers with favorable rates, single cabin, shared cabins, personal double cabins, everything, which is fantastic for the solo cruiser.
Yes.
You mentioned today's deal. This is just one example. And
yes, I just used an example. It's an example only. You know, the dates are maybe a little early because it's already this month. But if you divide this is a 12-day cruise from one of the, Rome to Lisbon. If you show the itinerary afterwards, if you divide the $5,700 US in 12 days, it's around $400 per night. per day.
Because Arnold, you are our luxury cruise
Yes.
travel expert, and
Thank
this
you.
is truly a luxury cruise line.
Yes. Very, they have offices always all over the world, Europe, Germany, England, and the United States. And they are very, like I said, they grew very rapidly. All their ships, most of their ships now, are all built since 2015. Very new, I mean, literally new ships. And they also own another company, Paul Bargain Cruises, Paul Bargain. They are out of Tahiti. The only cruise line also, they just recently bought that cruise line. So they own also that company, a one-ship company out of Tahiti. But their 12 ships are all, there's also one sail ship. The name is Bonant, Le Bonant. And they just announced that this ship goes to the Seychelles. And so they are really, in other words, while this cruise we just showed is like many other cruise lines to Civita Vecchia, to Lisbon. But many of their cruises, or pretty much already almost of their cruises, are really cruises of places where not the big lines going. So, small luxury expedition cruises.
So contact Arnold, yeah, because they said there's over 100. It says over 100 no single supplement cruises at least. There's more than that. So contact Arnold. If there's a cruise that you want to go upon, give Arnold a call, contact Arnold, and he can talk to you about that. Again, just going to go through this example again. This is an example from Rome. That's the itinerary.
Absolutely bucket list cruises.
Now, Arnold, there are other benefits, aren't there, that if you cruise with
That's another interesting aspect. I have not seen too many offers like this. They have a first-time offer. If you never cruised with Welcome to Bonant, it's $300 per person savings for the first-time guests. Another one is you refer your friends or relatives. Very interesting offers. So it's not just for single cruises, so to speak. You can refer your friends or relatives, and for first-time cruises, you will get a saving of $300 per person. And then the other one, the bonus. If you see on their website a bonus of 30%, that means that the rate is of that amount off the brochure rate. If it says 30% bonus, that means the 30% is off brochure rate. Another saving.
So the best way is to speak to Arnold, contact Arnold, and talk about what all your options are. So this is a great opportunity to cruise solo on a luxury cruise line. Now, Arnold, how can we contact you? And also, by the way, if you've got any inquiries about, Arnold is our global luxury travel expert. If you've got any inquiries about any luxury travel, give Arnold a call. He can organize it, can't you, Arnold?
Yes, 954. Well, if it's an international call, 1-954-668-0155, or at my email, Arnold Deutschel, all one word, 52@aol.com.
And you can book people from all around the world.
Yes, that's no problem. In today's age with internet, all my bookings, except one booking, what I have done so far since I started this venture, is out of Florida. Only one.
Wow.
I mean, 3.
Only one.
That customer has booked. That customer has booked 3 cruises with Celebrity. But all the other cruises I have booked, whether it's with Silver Sea or with any other cruise line, they are all from outside of Florida.
Again, Arnold, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing these opportunities to cruise solo with Ponant Cruise Line. Really appreciate it. And please give Arnold a call. Contact him if you've got any questions whatsoever. And Arnold, will you come back in 2 weeks' time and share some more deals?
It will be my pleasure. Early morning, Reisler.
Fantastic. Cheers, Arnold. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Hey, well done, Arnold. And I am still here, which is good news. Yeah, internet's been good so far. Coming up after, we've got Shelby next from travelfund.biz. And then after that, we're going to be talking about our group cruises. And we're talking about Alison cruising on the Virtuosa in May. an incredible opportunity there. Also, the potential of cruising in the Med on the Epic in November. A cruise that I'm doing next year on the MSC World Europa, their brand new cruise ship. And that's the 27th, 28th of January. And that's Dubai, which is an incredible cruise. And also we're going to be talking about the Royal Caribbean group cruise that we're doing in May the 22nd next year. There's over 40 of us on it. It's the Caribbean. It's the Brilliance of the Seas, which is incredible. Right. Now we have the wonderful Shelby. Shelby, hello, welcome.
Hi, Peter. How are you doing?
I'm great. You are our solo travel expert.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You are, yeah. And your website?
Travelfun.biz, where your fun is our biz.
And there you go, travelfun.biz.
Oh, good
Yeah.
timing.
Now, Shelby, please, we don't really need to introduce yourself, but if you haven't met Shelby before, please explain about what you do and how long you've been doing this for with cruising and solo cruising.
Okay, well, I always tell people kind of like the real Love Boat, the series. You know, I was like the cruise director, Julie McCoy. That was my real life. She did my bit on TV, but that's really what my real life was. I was cruise director for 8 years on Princess Cruises. And after that, I did about 12 years with a travel company that specialized in solo travel. And I was their cruise director. And I had a big team of cruise directors. And I've sailed over 500 cruises, thousands of singles. You know, just so much fun to get everyone together. And I tell them it's not a dating service. It's just an opportunity for like-minded people of all ages that love to cruise and travel, but are not married, you know, because most of the time after 35, your friends are either married or broke, and you still want to travel, right?
Broke.
So that's the help we kind of bridge the gap there and create so many friendships. And of course, once in a while, people do end up finding, their soulmate, but that's not the necessary.
I know
direction.
it does. So today we got two cruises and one land one actually you threw in, which we will put in there. First of all, I mean, this is a river cruise.
Oh yeah, I love this. So this is a river cruise that is just, what's so cool about it is there's only singles on board. So there's no couples, it's only solo cabins. The amount of money, it's not a single supplement. There's no single supplement for this particular river cruise. This is next March, 2023. But, they're hoping obviously to see the tulips, and Amsterdam is amazing. You can keep taking a few days there before and after, post and pre. And I have been to Amsterdam and done the river cruising, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's like having your own little yacht. This is like island hopping at the largest level. It's luxury in a way that I can't explain in comparison to big ship cruising, which I love, of course. But the luxury of having 60 to 80 people on board only, and then having like 20 staff, you're basically you're weighted on hand and foot. The attention to detail is it's hard to even understand unless you've experienced it. And you're right off in port, all these beautiful European ports, you just hop on, hop off. You're not like having to take, all these shuttles and all that jazz. And tours are included. They have amazing tours, and there's no rocking. So for people that are nervous about the rocking and rolling of ships.
That's March the 31st next year.
Yeah.
What's included in that, Shelby?
So yeah, river cruises include everything except for alcohol, which I think on this cruise, it's at night, you might get beer and wine included, but they don't over charge for anything. I mean, it's like $5 for a beer or $4 for a glass of wine. So
now, is this a group cruise that you're doing?
Yeah, this is also all solos, all solo travelers.
So are you going to be on the ship? On the
boat?
I
don't know. That's a long time from now. It might be one of my colleagues. I mean, we have a pretty big, we also train travel agents, and we have a pretty big team that's growing. So they are most likely, it'll probably be one of my agents that hosts this one, but they have their own cruise director. They have their own entertainment.
If someone's interested, just contact you, talk about the prices.
Yes. Talk about the prices. I think this one starts, oh gosh, you'd have to go on travelfun.biz. I can't remember when it started.
And flights, can you organize
Flights are never included with any of the stuff we're packaging, just because we have an international crowd. I mean, we have a lot of Americans, but we also have Europeans that travel with us too.
For more details, go to your website and contact you, and you can talk about it. Also, this is another one you're talking about with Sir Richard Branson.
Yeah, and he's going to be on board. Like, that's the biggest thing. And not only him, I mean, all the Rockstar suites, which you've been on Virgin Voyages, you know, the Rockstar suites are amazing. They've all been sold out since he was going on board. So he has a team of people going. They won't tell us who's going, but they're always dropping a lot of hints. We don't know what other celebrities will be there, but definitely press will be there. Definitely expecting to have some sort of music time, like some sort of like old time music stars. That's what we're hopeful for, that he knows that he brought on some entertainment. And I would be shocked if there's not other celebrities, because I really rather doubt Richard will be the only one there.
You'll be there. It's going to be two. You know, there's going to be two celebrities. Yeah. Now that's going. This is a cruise only. It's from Miami. It departs Miami, goes back to Miami on July the 17th.
Right. And we have a group already of singles, of solos that are amazing, all ages. I would say the age range for this particular cruise is like 35 to 60s, but all the young, like hip 60s, like young at heart. Everyone, doesn't matter how old you are. We're not age discriminatory, but this is definitely a really fresh, vibrant ship. It's very modern. It's not traditional. A lot of late night stuff, a lot of disco parties at the pool, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a real
party. It's going to be incredible. Wow. And again, for complete up-to-date prices, contact yourself. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure the pricing on that might just have, I know the solo cabins were sold out, then they released more. It's always changing, but amazing price though, to like be hobnobbing with the rich and famous. And also you have us on board.
No flights needed, unless you're obviously flying from different parts of America or from Europe or the UK, you know. But and you're going to meet you.
Yes, I will be on board. I'll be on board hosting this one. I'm very excited about this particular cruise.
And this is actually not a cruise. You do land ones as well, but we kind of threw this one in for you.
Yeah, well, this is the crazy Toptional takeover. So there's a resort that we work with called Temptations, and they do tops optional at the pool. And I like to tell people, you know, I know it is wild. Obviously, it's totally different than most other vacations, but I think it's a bucket list thing. It's very tasteful. There's never anything that shouldn't be in public. Everything they have security guards to make sure no one takes pictures and no one does anything except for take their top off at the pool. So they're very above board, and they create a classy, sexy, fun, exciting environment. And this one here, the unvaxxed are also welcome, because it is a resort.
Where is this at? Where is
Cancun. This is Cancun for Memorial Day. They're having a singles takeover. So huge groups of singles going to be there. And it is the most fun you'll ever have.
And but a real possibility of doing a cruise before or a cruise afterwards as well.
Sure.
Making it a real, because these land cruise holidays are becoming really popular. Now, Shelby, contact you, the most important thing.
Yeah, travelfun.biz. Our fun, our biz is your fun. That's what
there you go.
We just want to make sure you have fun, and if you're fun, travel with us.
Hi folks. You noticed Shelby just disappeared there because we went over time, and the file was too big to bring back, so I lost the last 40 seconds of our chat. Can you believe? Which it will be on Cruising Pete's Facebook page. So I do apologize, Shelby, but you got all the information there. And also breaking news, we are talking about doing a group cruise with our American friends with Shelby. We are definitely going to do a group cruise with Shelby, 100%. We're thinking about the Encore in November or December. It depends on the prices. So now I'm going to bring in the lovely Alison, and Chili, please pop in as well. And we can start talking about some of our group cruises as well.
Hi,
and
Pete.
Daniel says, "Oh, hi there. Hi, Daniel. How you doing, my friends?"
Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, it's so. Chili, is Chili there, or shall I bring him back? I'll bring him in. So I popped you in there, Chili.
Hey, Chili.
Hey,
I'm here.
So just to let you know that we'll be back in 2 weeks as far as the actual deals are concerned, and our UK TAs will be back. Yeah, they couldn't make it this week. Steve from Passion for Cruises will be back in 2 weeks, 100%. But we've got some group cruises that we're dealing with him with. Robert from Live for Holidays will be back in 2 weeks, and also I'm glad to say Jonathan, the really good travel company who does the accessible cruising expert, he'll be back in 2 weeks as well, as will our American TAs, who are wonderful. So please ask any questions you've got. Really appreciate that. Any super chats are amazing. That would be incredible. I'm just going to put another banner up. And Alison, Chile, we're going to be talking about some of these wonderful group cruises that we're trying to organize for next year with people. I'm just going to summarize them, and then we're going to start with you, Alison.
Okay.
We're talking about, first of all, we're talking about the Virtuosa in May, Scandinavia.
Next month.
Alison, You're talking about trying to find a deal, because we don't do these group cruises unless we can get the right deal for our members, But you're looking for a deal on the Epic in November.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic Epic.
Yeah.
From Israel to Rome. Yeah.
Unbelievable. We're going to be talking about a cruise that I'm going to be on, which is the MSC World Europa, and the whole gang of us who did the cruise a few weeks ago on the Magnifica. They're going to be on it with us. And that's the World Europa, and that's Dubai. And the World Europa is a brand new cruise ship with MSC. It looks unbelievable, So we're going to talk about that. And also we got the first big group cruise for all of us. And just found out that Jesselyn's joining us. And that's next year. And you can join us on that as well. Yeah. And that's with Royal Caribbean. And that's the Brilliance of the Seas, the 22nd of May. It's Athens to Venice. We'll discuss everything about that as well. Please ask us any questions. I've got another comment there. Daniel says, breaking news, the cam is live. Fantastic. Solent, watching the cruise, watching all the ships leave from Southampton.
Right, you can watch me next month.
On the Virtuosa.
Yeah, absolutely. Going next month, the 20th of May on the Virtuosa. I hadn't planned it at all, but this absolutely fantastic deal came up from Steve at Passion for Cruises. It includes my flights from Scotland down to Southampton, includes the drinks package, and it was a little over £800, I think I paid, something like that. It was £850, something like that. It was incredible. So had to jump on that one.
Now this cruise,
bucket list cruise, Norway. Sorry, Pete.
It's not an official group cruise as such, but so the prices would depend on the latest prices, won't they? Yeah, Alison,
I think when I got them, there was a short window where it included flights from Scotland. So I think there was 2 or 3 jumped on it from Scotland. I think it had the drinks package as well. So it might be a slightly different deal, but I'm quite sure that there's still some deal to be had. But I mean, that's an absolute bucket list, isn't it? Norway, who doesn't want to do Norway? So
now, I have to say, it's a no-fly cruise for Southampton. I've seen some incredible deals for the Virtuosa to do this cruise.
Amazing.
Even for different dates, it really is worth looking into. And also, if you check my Cruising Pete YouTube channel, I've got loads. Go to the playlist. There's loads of videos because I did the inaugural cruise on the Virtuosa as well. And she's a wonderful ship.
Yeah. So that was the photo I took of the Virtuosa when I was on the Iona last summer. So the Iona was the last ship out, and the Virtuosa sailed out just before us. Little did I know at that time that the next ship I'd be sailing on would be the Virtuosa. But there we go.
So if you want to join Alison, contact Alison, contact us. Cruises for Solos, our group. You book with Passion for Cruises.
Yeah, and there's a few on. I've started an events page, so there's a little bit of chat starting on there. And I book with Passion for Cruises, and there's actually quite a few solos we're kind of gathering through the forums and the chat. So looking forward to that. A lot of us have booked the Flam train for the day that we're in Flam going up there. So I booked with Passion for Cruises for Steve. So
that's
give him a ring, and he'll be able to let you know the latest prices. But if anyone wants to join us, come and join us. A great 7-day cruise from Southampton up to the Norwegian fjords. day at sea either side, and 4 days, 4 different ports in the fjords. Fantastic.
If you do contact, it's Steve P, by the way. There were 2 Steves at Passion for Cruises, just to confuse everybody. So speak to Steve P, and he can let you know what the latest prices are, because they will change. Now, as I said, this is a cruise that you're trying to organise as a group through our Cruises for Solos, basically,
and we'll just put an events page up to see if anyone else is on the page is joining us. So
So let Alison know whether you're interested. Now, we are waiting. You're waiting to get the right deal, aren't you? Now, we believe the prices are going to change for this cruise and are going to come down. And so you're not going to grab it yet until the right deal comes up.
This is the Epic one in November. So at the moment I'm booked on the transatlantic to go from Lisbon to New York, but I'm kind of not 100% decided on that one yet. But this one for me, I've always wanted to cruise, visit Israel, and this one came up. It's on the Epic. I absolutely love the Epic, one of my favorite ships. So exciting itinerary again. So I mean, I like sort of seeing these unusual itineraries. So this one's 11 days, 11 nights, going from Israel all the way up to Rome, and you can see there, I mean, it's going into Cyprus. You've got the Greek islands, Athens. It's going into Turkey and various ports. I mean, wow, look at those destinations. I mean, just fantastic. So this for me would be another bucket list cruise. I think I say I love doing these kind of slightly different itineraries that are one-offs. I think they're quite exciting. Love being on the Epic. November, it's not going to be scorching hot weather, but it's an itinerary.
What date does it go, November?
It's going on the 15th, and it gets into Rome on the 26th, so it's 11 nights. And if anyone from over the pond is thinking of doing it, the next cruise after this one goes from Rome to Lisbon, which is another 11-day, and I think it goes into places like Sardinia, Sicily, goes into Barcelona, Palma, Mallorca, and it ends up in Lisbon. You then do the Lisbon 9 days across to New York. So that would be a back-to-back-to-back, would be incredible on the Epic. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, the Epic Transatlantic is really good price at the moment. I would definitely expect these two from Rome and Israel to drop as well, nearer. So you could get a fantastic 31-night cruise back to New York.
To organise a group, we're waiting for the price to drop a little bit, but you did come up with what it is at the moment, just to give you a rough idea.
Current price. It includes everything on that, so it's a decent price for 11 night, but I would expect for that to drop a bit. So I'm going to hang off at the moment, but if anyone's interested, put something up on the wall in the Cruises for Solos page. I might just start an event for it just in case, just to see if anyone's interested, but let us know, and it's definitely one I'm planning.
If you're watching YouTube channel, Cruises for Solos is our Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, please contact us. If not, put a comment in the video. And if you want to be contacted, then obviously we can contact you as well. Right. So that's those two. And we are talking, aren't we, Chili, to Shelby about the potential in December, if we can get the right deal for this, of doing, I think it's December the 4th, of doing a 7-day Caribbean cruise on the Norwegian Encore.
Now we're definitely looking at it. We're going to sit down see what the prices are, availability, and
if we can organise that, we will do, because we want to do a group cruise with the lovely Shelby, as you saw. So hopefully we're going to get that organised for our American friends. Are there flights included in the NCL one?
Not at the moment. But if there's somebody gets a deal, if there's travel agents get a deal, they will highly likely be able to add in flights and do an all-round package on that one.
Dominic, what I would say is that if you're going to do it yourself on that particular cruise, NCL are doing really good discounted prices, including flights at the moment. They got a special deal on of NCL, which is including the flights. And they were a lot better than they normally are. So you might want to look at that if you want to go ahead and do that ahead of time. Dominic is going to be joining us I can't wait. Dom's going to be joining us, not just on the MSC World Europa, but also on the Brilliance of the Seas. So
Brilliant.
that's fantastic. We've got a wonderful group of people. Right, the next cruise we're going to talk about is that one that I'm doing. We just got it organised the other day. And again, this is with Passion for Cruises. But Passion for Cruises, ourselves and MSC kind of got together and put a special deal for the Cruises for Solos group, which is incredible. That deal has now done. We only had 3 or 4 days to grab it, unfortunately. So the price might have changed slightly. And we also got the premium drinks included. So I don't know what the deal is, but we're also organising, it's with flights. This is with flights from the UK, including flights from Scotland. You can fly from Birmingham, from Manchester, and from Heathrow. And this is the cruise. It's basically the Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Qatar. It's the winter 23. Dominic's packed and ready for it as well. Yeah, and so am I. And the date the date is the 28th of January next year, but flying on the 27th. Yeah, I think it's flying with Emirates as well. This is the itinerary, and I've never been to this part of the world, and it's on their brand new ship, the World Europa, which is like incredible. So I'm just going to go through. You can see Saturday the 28th, you depart from Dubai. You got Abu Dhabi. You got you're talking about the sand. Let's have a look. You're talking about Sir Bani Yas Island, which looks unbelievable. Yeah. And hopefully you can see all these. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, after the World Cup, by the way. So we'll be celebrating the World Cup, won't we?
Well, my cruise on the Epic, Pete, is actually during the World Cup. So yeah, if anyone wants to escape the World Cup, come on the Epic with me.
And it finishes with an overnight, by the way, an overnight in Dubai. So it gets into Dubai, and it's in Dubai for an overnight. So you've got the night in Dubai as well. Yeah. Now this ship, yeah, restaurants and bars, again, it's incredible. You're talking about, these are the numbers. You're talking about 6,774 passengers. It's the biggest ship they've ever had. There's the Europa.
Wow.
There's no photos of her because she's not out there yet. You know, these are all what she's going to look like. You know, absolutely incredible. Now, again, we have a group. There's, I think, at least 18 of us, at least 18 solos, by the way, on this cruise already. And if you want to join us, again, we have an event in Cruises for Solos. But again, that is with Passion for Cruises, Steve P. He can update you on the latest prices, because it all depends what the latest deals are. We have no control over that. So we had to grab that deal really quickly, which we did. And so we've got about 18, 19 of us that are already on that cruise, a wonderful group of people, and we're going to have a wonderful time as well. And if you haven't cruised before, cruising with us, join our group. We will make you feel really welcome. Yeah. And the last one is this cruise next year. Again, we're all going to be on it.
Yep.
Chili's on it. Alison's on it. I'm on it. Jessalyn, she's on it as well. I know Lizzie's joining us, and I know Dom's on it. There's 40 of us at least. Yeah. Alison, Chili, do you want to take over, because I'm probably bored of my voice?
Yeah, go, Alison.
Yeah, 7 nights, again, a really unusual itinerary. So we're going from Athens up to Venice. We're doing the Greek islands. We're doing Kotor. We're doing Croatia. I think we're doing Split in Croatia, and then we got to Venice. So some real fantastic ports on this one, a real good itinerary. Starting off on Athens on the 22nd of May. I say it's a 7 night, and we're planning to go to Athens for 1, 2, 3 nights before. I think we're going to be there 3 nights before, Pete, and a couple of days in Venice afterwards. But that's up to, you know, some people are coming the day before we cruise, a couple of days before. That's totally up to people. I think the last count we had about 44. So if Jocelyn's just booked on, that says 45 people coming. It's going to be incredible. So yeah,
I've got a couple I'm sailing with this week that are very interested in going. So
great.
They said last night at dinner that they probably will be joining us. So
fantastic. And we have somebody from over the pond who's actually doing the transatlantic beforehand, and then doing the first cruise down from, I think it's Rome, or is it Venice? It goes down to Athens.
From Rome.
Wow. Amazing. Back to meet us in Athens, sailing all the way across. Fantastic.
I mean, that's a cabin. That's a balcony cabin on the Brilliance of the Seas. And I'll just show you a few photos of the Brilliance of the Seas. You know,
and Jocelyn was saying she was on it last week. I think enjoyed it so much. That's why she booked up with us. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. It's going to be fantastic. And we have people from Europe, UK, all over the US coming. Lots on it.
We do.
There's Lizzie. Lizzie's going to be cruising with us.
I'm just trying to find the details for how you can book it. Let me find those details, because these are with Live for Holidays. Yeah, these are with Robert for Live for Holidays. I've got his details here somewhere. No, that's Arnold. There we go. Right, there you have to bear with me. Now, if you want to join us, I'll tell you how this works. The price goes with the current price that Royal Caribbean have, but if you're part of our group, on top of that, you will have $100 to spend as well. $50 before you cruise and $50 after you cruise, and that will be on top of any spending money that the current deal is. So it all depends on what the current deal is. Now, we cannot believe how good the price has been for this cruise, but you contact Robert at Live for Holidays, Live for Holidays at theholidayvillage.co.uk. You telephone him, you can see his telephone number there, 01633 845 100. He can get you booked on, and he can give you the latest information about this price. When we looked at doing this cruise, chaps, Alison, Chile, we were getting really expensive quotes to do this bucket list itinerary, and then you found this amazing price of Royal Caribbean, and it's still a lot cheaper than anybody else. So please,
absolutely. And I think our aim was to do the Greek islands, because that's what we found that a lot of people wanted to do. And you're right, we looked at cruises from Malta, from other ones from Athens, and everyone and the prices were just we wouldn't even offer those up. They were so expensive, and this one happened to come up, and what an itinerary.
On top of that, we're going to talk about Kotar in Montenegro, Kotar in Montenegro, which is on day 6 of the cruise, because we got a Facebook group for we got an event for it on Cruises for Solos to talk about this as well. We've got a Facebook group which we're going to move to there, but also we're talking about what we're going to do on the ship and what itinerary we want to do. Now, we have a show coming up in a few weeks' time, and please tell us about that, and please tell us about Kotar Montenegro, please, Alison.
So we have friend of the group, Andreas. He does tours for the cruises and land tours in Montenegro and Kotar. He's based in Kotar. So he'll be coming on the show at the end of April. We're going to do a show completely on Kotar and what Andreas does, and talk about our cruise. And he's kindly put together a couple of options for us for cruises that we can do with him. One of them covers Lady of the Rocks Island, I think the Caves and Perast, and another one does a little bit further afield in Montenegro. So he's given the choice of 2. So hopefully we can get booking something with Andreas as well. So it'll be good. That'll be a good show. Look forward to speaking to Andreas.
I mean, basically, thanks for everybody for watching who's still with us, who's watching on playback as well. We are trying to organise these group cruises to give solos a great opportunity of getting a really decent deal. We're happy to talk to all TAs about that. We really are. We've got the first ones organised we talked about today. So please, if you want to join us, we have a fabulous group of people as well. We really do. You know, I was on the MSC Magnifica literally less than 2 weeks ago. Many of the people I met were from the Anthem of the Seas, where we met in the solo meeting for the first time ever, and we sailed again on the Magnifica. Every single one on that cruise is booked on the Dubai cruise. We have a wonderful time, but we are welcoming them, and especially if you haven't cruised before solo, and you know, you're a bit nervous about it. You see who we are, you know, we will be there for you. We will help you. We will guide you, and hopefully we will let you have a wonderful time.
Absolutely.
Chile, thank you so much, my friend, for hanging in there, because my internet has been all over the place. So I thought I might disappear like I did before into the Bolivian and leave you guys there, but I managed to last. The Solo Cruise Deal show will be back in 2 weeks. We're back in 2 weeks with all 3 of our UK TAs. We'll also update you also on the latest as well. My internet is disappearing at the moment, so I'm going to end the show now. Chile, Alison, and everybody watching, thank you so much. Before I disappear.